Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again, and this time we're going to look at a game called Acrobatic Dogfight, and this was created by Technos in 1984 but released in its native Japan in 1985 and also received a US release in 1985 with the Data East license. This is a silly kind of funny game. You are a World War I type fighter pilot, and you fly a plane through enemy skies, and the enemy army are pigs. Literally. Very silly game. But you start on the landing strip, and then you fly up in the air. The screen will scroll left, right, up, or down, so it's kind of a free movement sort of game. And your goal is to get to the enemy airship. And like I said, there's pigs that you have to face. They are in planes, they are in pedal copters, they are jumping off of their planes. There are pigs in UFOs, and there is the pig airship at the end. It takes a long time to get to that airship, very long time. But you have a fuel meter, and it depletes as you fly about. And if it runs out, your plane will start to drop. And your plane can crash into the ground and kill you. Your plane can take a total of 2 hits, and with the second hit, it blows up and you're dead. Oh, that was idiotic by the computer. But you have parachutes you can use, and you'll jump out of the plane. So if it's got that first hit and the plane starts smoking, then you can press the parachute button and jump out and float down. You're not likely to get killed on the way down. You can get shot by the enemies, but it rarely happens. Mostly just in the later levels. Now there is one major difference between the Japanese version and the US version. The US version is much better. I like it much better because you in the Japanese version you have a turbo speed button, and you have to hit it to fly faster, otherwise you'll fly slow. And see, this is the first hit on the plane, and it's bucking around, and there's the second hit, and he's dead. He splats. Funny graphics, but the US version does not require a turbo speed button. You fly fast automatically. So we're going to play the US version. But that is the only difference between the US and Japanese version. There is no turbo button for the US version. You automatically fly fast. But we'll get started. Yeah, you just push forward, and eventually your plane will start to fly. There are all sorts of funny deaths that you can get in this game, but this is the first leg of the game. You will face pig planes. You can't see the pigs in the planes, but now I got my first hit. You can still fly with that one hit, and if you press jump, to jump off and use your parachute at the right time, you can land on an enemy plane and you'll be able to steer it, and you'll get all your fuel replaced, and you'll have your damage repaired. And I'm going to use my parachute. You can't die from falling too fast. You can't die from falling too fast. You can press down and fall faster. You can hook to the left and right while you fall, but you won't die when you land. But when you do land, you need to find your replacement plane quickly, because enemies will attack you while you're on the ground. And now we encounter the pigs on the pedal copters, and the pigs on the pedal copters can shoot at you too, and I got shot. And we'll also see pigs that jump off of their planes, and the pigs that jump off the planes can hit you and count as a hit. Now I'm going to use another parachute. You don't have very many parachutes, but I think you get them refilled when you beat the level. And now we encounter UFOs, pig UFOs, and they leave mines. Ah, crap, he got me. Ouch, he's a pancake. The graphics on this game are funny. I kind of like this game. I did actually see this in a US arcade. It's extremely rare. It was in a generic cabinet, I think a cabaret cabinet with no marquee. But you can fly up into space, but the game will push you down once you go into space a little bit. Sometimes the hit detection is not 100%, but it usually works in your favor. You could get shot, but it'll go right through you, and it won't count. See, I'm almost out of fuel. The plane is going to start to dip now. And there, I jumped out and used another parachute. And there will be either a plane that tries to shoot you if you're on the ground trying to find your spare plane, or there'll be a Godzilla type creature that sticks its head out of the ground and breathes fire at you. And we'll look at that later on. But yeah, it takes so long to get to the enemy airship. See, I'm only halfway through. You can see the meter at the top right, and that little tiny bar in the middle is me, where I'm at. Those pigs that jump off of the plane, like I said, if they touch you, they'll cause a hit on you. But if you can shoot the pigs that are jumping, they're worth 3,000 points, which is nice. The high score list on this game is really not very fair. You have to get at least like 50,000 points to get on it. So maybe try to shoot those jumping pigs. But you can go backwards to start your game, and you'll reach the airship at the same amount of time as if you went forward. It doesn't matter. But yeah, your timing has to be just right if you're going to jump off your plane and jump onto an enemy plane. Your timing has to be just right. I'll use another parachute. And there was a plane ready to shoot me. I'm not 100% sure. You might have to reach a certain score or shoot a certain amount of enemies before you can get another parachute. But here's more of those pedal copter pigs and the jumping pigs. But I'm very close to the airship. But you need to get to the far right, and that will be where the airship is. And you'll need to shoot pigs that are on the airship or land on the airship and raise your own flag. Either will end the level. And now we have some more UFO pigs. Very silly game. And I'm really surprised that I saw this. Now I see these arrows, and they're showing me where the airship is. And I shot all those pigs on the airship, and that counts as victory. And I will get a bonus for all the enemies that I destroyed. Yeah, you don't score a whole lot in this game, so try to shoot the jumping pigs if you can. And there's also another way to score some points. When you are about to board your spare plane after you parachute down, you can jump over it with the parachute button. And each time you jump over it, you get 1,000 points, and we'll look at that later. The enemy gets faster, there are more aggressive enemies early on, they shoot more often, stuff like that. Um, there's some things to like about this oddball, obscure game. But yeah, this was created by Technos and given the Data East license in the US. Created in 1984 in Japan, but released in Japan in 85, and the US version was released in 85 as well. I saw this, and then there was another weirdo Technos game that I also saw in US arcade called Mysterious Stones. And that was at the same arcade, actually. It's kind of cool when you see obscure games at US arcades. You can fire a rapid-fire burst of 7 shots on your main plane. The other planes that you can jump on don't let you fire nearly as much. But you can just hold down the fire button on this one and shoot 7 shots at, with one burst. There's that stupid UFO. Go away. There. But yeah, in order to refill... Oops. I jumped to do the parachute, and I touched the UFO, and it shocks me and drops me in a charred heap on the ground. But I have another life left. You'll get your parachutes refilled once you start your next life. They shot me already. Crap. I'll use a parachute. But yeah, enemies will rarely attack you when you're parachuting down. And there I got to my spare plane. But yeah, just hold right, and then you'll fly up in the air. There are numerous funny deaths in this game, and we'll look at them later on. This game is alright. It's kind of interesting, but it's damn it, it just takes way too damn long to get to the airship. There's that, crap. There was that Godzilla-type guy that can breathe fire at you. It's either going to be the Godzilla guy or a plane that shoots at you when you try to board your spare ship. But that was Acrobatic Dogfight. This game was also known as just plain Dogfight. But this was created by Technos in Japan in 1984, but released in Japanese arcades in 85 and US arcades in 1985 with the Data East license. You can put in a lot of letters. Good gravy. I'll just put in Russell Son, as I usually do when I can put in a lot of letters. Funny game. Well, I hope you have a good Thanksgiving coming up. And I hope you enjoy shopping on Black Friday if that's your thing. I'll probably do it and get myself like some underwear or something I really need. But that was Acrobatic Dogfight. And we're going to look at me continuing. You gotta continue right at the point where you left off. Oh, we'll do that in just a second. See? And we'll look at me failing to take off, and you will get killed if you do fail to take off. These guys will attack you. But we'll look at some other deaths. There's also a death by a UFO laser. I got shot twice by the UFO. Splat. And we'll look at me jumping over the plane repeatedly. You get 1,000 points a pop. So if you can avoid the plane shooting at you and its shrapnel, do so. And now we're going to land on... Oh, I shot the... Yeah, you can shoot all the pigs. And that's one way to win. Or you can lower the flag, but this one other pig will attack you with a sword. And you have to just... Oops, he killed me. You have to just stand under that flag and you will lower it. And there's me getting killed by a UFO pig trying to jump and use a parachute, but I jumped on him and he killed me. And if you fly low enough, you can make the UFO pigs slam into the ground, just like that. And here's me jumping, and I landed on a copter pig, and it makes me fall, and I have to use a parachute. And there I got burned by Godzilla's breath. And here's me raising the flag. I land on the airship. Just stand under the flag and you will lower it and raise your own flag. And that's another way to beat the airship. And there we go. Victory! But that was Acrobatic Dogfight by Technos in 1984/1985 and licensed to Data East for US release. This is Crazy Climbers saying thanks for watching. I'll catch you later with another video. Happy Thanksgiving, folks. I will see you later. Bye-bye.